As dramatic as it sounds, I do genuinely believe that Brandon Sanderson is a master of the fantasy genre. And for those of you who don't know what The Way of Kings is about, I'm just going to read the summary on the back because it's better than anything I could come up with. I long for the days before the last desolation, before the heralds abandoned us and the night's radiance turned against us, when there was still magic in Roshar and honor in the hearts of men. In the end, not war, but victory proved the greater test. Did our foes see that the harder they fought, the fiercer our resistance? Fire and hammer forge a sword. Time and neglect rust it away. So we won the world, yet lost it. Now there are four whom we watch. The surgeon, forced to forsake healing and fight in the most brutal war of our time. The assassin, who weeps as he kills. The liar, who wears her scholar's mantle over a thief's heart. And the prince, whose eyes open to the ancient past as his thirst for battle wanes. One of them may redeem us, one of them will destroy us. Spoiler warning, spoiler warning. This video isn't going to be very long, but I will be talking about the characters and my predictions of where I think the book is going, or the series is going. I gave The Way of Kings a 4.5 out of 5. The only reason it did not get 5 stars is because it not only is a very long book, and despite it, it doesn't feel like a long book, but there were portions where I was like, this could have been edited out. It didn't need to be in there, and it was, and it's like, it's long enough, all right? Let's keep the necessary things necessary, please. To start with characters, first and foremost, the boy Kaladin. Oh my gosh, I freaking love Kaladin. To me, it's obvious that The Way of Kings, Kaladin is being made into a king essentially, and he's going to be King Kaladin. That is what I believe. But as I like to call him, Brandy Sanderson, you can never trust him. You can never trust Brandy. No one is safe ever. So we will see what happens with Kaladin. The most stark things that stood out for me in his perspective was obviously him being in the bridge crew, but specifically the bridge runs. Oh my goodness. Like the very first one that happens, you're right there with Kaladin, like what the heck is going on? And it was so scary. It's like, oh my goodness, like how dare Sadeas, I hate Sadeas, put these men through this? That's horrible. I love Kaladin's bridge crew. I love the crew. Teft, Rock, all of them. They're all really good. I love how they're like a band of brothers. It was great to read, especially as their relationships and trust with each other grew. My favorite part of the whole book is when Kaladin and the bridge crew go to save Dalinar and his remaining soldiers. Oh my goodness, that part was so hard for me to read because I was so worried. I was like, Sadeas is really getting Dalinar killed, and he really just left him for no reason. It was horrible. Ugh, I hate Sadeas. With Kaladin being Dalinar's bodyguards now, I'm excited to see how Kaladin and Dalinar and the bridge crew with Dalinar's sons and everything, I'm excited to see how they end up interacting with each other. And Seth, the assassin who weeps as he kills, I don't have a whole lot to say about him. I feel more bad for him than anything else because what he's being put through by his owners, essentially, his masters. But I'm excited since the last part we see of Szeth is when I don't remember who it was, but I know he's important in the story. His new master telling him that his next assignment is to kill Dalinar. So obviously him and Kaladin are going to be fighting. It's going to be a good fight, and they both have the ability to use Stormlight. I forgot what they're called. I'm excited to see them fight. Shallan, when I first started the book, and in Shallan's perspective, initially it was my favorite part of the book, but then as the rest of the character's story kept picking up a bit, hers kind of stayed stagnant and fell to the wayside a bit. I have no idea what her place in the story is. I don't know what her and Yasna are going to be doing, especially with them going into that world with the beads or whatever. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And yeah, how she can use the soulcaster, but it's not the soulcaster itself, it's just like something with them. It's interesting, and I'm excited to see where that goes. And the biggest thing that stood out to me, and it was like the main point of her arc pretty much, was she wanted to steal the soulcaster for her family, and her stealing it was honestly super anticlimactic. Like, she literally just stole it because she felt like Yasna didn't deserve it. It's like, that's the reason, really? And then yeah, when she ended up giving it back, even though it doesn't work the way she thought it did, that was anticlimactic too. And I was like, okay, I'm interested to see how her character and her story will develop in the greater scheme of the entire story. The last character I'm going to be talking about is Dalinar. Oh my gosh, I freaking love Dalinar. He's my favorite. I'm really trying not to get too attached to Dalinar because, like I said, you cannot trust Brandy Sanderson. You cannot trust him. And I just am trying to prepare myself for in case he dies. I don't know if he will. I don't want him to, but I just want to be emotionally prepared. His fight scenes, oh my goodness, were so good. Even though like he's disgusted with himself, and yeah, he's like slaughtering like hundreds of people. Still cool. They're still cool scenes. He's a freaking beast. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting it from this book, but there was a part that genuinely made me laugh out loud, and it's just like the short line, and it sucks that it's from Sadeas because I hate Sadeas, but it's on 979, and he says, "We win again," Sadeas said triumphantly. "Dalinar, once in a while it appears that that senile old brain of yours can come up with a good idea or two. We're the same age, Sadeas," Dalinar noted as messengers approached, bearing reports from the rest of the battlefield. Oh my gosh, that part was so funny. I was laughing at it for like 5 minutes. I'm like, how dare Sadeas say that when Dalinar just saved his life? Anyway, hate Sadeas. Me and all my homies hate Sadeas. I can't believe, I'm glad Dalinar gave Sadeas his shard blade to save the bridge crew, but still, I'm like, Sadeas doesn't deserve it. And I hope that if not Dalinar, but somebody kills him with that shard blade, that would be amazing. And also the part when Dalinar comes back and Navani the queen, she's there and she does that prayer like painting or whatever. That part was sick. Oh my gosh. And how I think it was Justice, and when Dalinar comes back, he's like, oh, he's standing right before Justice. Like, how perfect is that? But yeah, that part was sick. That part was really cool. All right, my predictions for what I believe is going to happen in the next books of the series. Like I said, I believe near the end, or at the end, ultimately it would be King Kaladin. But like I said, Brandon Sanderson just be killing anybody and everybody, so I'm not banking on that, but that's what I think. I don't know why. I have a really strong feeling that Yasna's gonna die. She might not. I don't want her to, but I feel like she's going to. And same thing with Navani and her son. I don't remember what the king's name is, but yes, Dalinar's nephew. I think that they're both gonna die. I can't tell you why, but especially after Dalinar and Navani are in a relationship, I'm like, oh, she's about to die for sure. I hate that I feel that way, but hopefully she won't. I think that when Szeth and Kaladin fight for the first time, I think they are going to be evenly matched. I do. And I think either maybe like Szeth probably will end up getting away, but there's a chance that they could like imprison him and somehow get his thing and like free him, hopefully, but we'll just have to see, or I'll just have to see because the books are already out. With the Parshendi, I have no idea what's supposed to happen with them, or I don't have any ideas of like what's gonna happen. I know that they're void bringers, but I'm still like, what does that even mean? Like, why are they like human now? And then they are super interesting, and it is like strange how like they haven't studied them more before, but for me, what really stands out is even with the Parshmen and how there's a Parshman in the bridge crew. that like if you touch their dead, they like lose it. They get so angry. And the only guess I have is that maybe with their bodies, they're able, as long as they're still intact, they're able to put life back into them somehow. I don't know if that is actually the case. They could just be actual people who are the descendants of Voidbringers. I don't know, but obviously I'm super interested and I'm excited to move on to the next books. But just so I can distance myself from Dalinar a bit, because genuinely he is my favorite character. I love Dalinar so much. He's so funny. In order to like prepare myself, also just re-familiarize myself with Brandon Sanderson's writing, I'm gonna reread the Mistborn trilogy. I read those when I was in high school, I think, and they are really good. And just so, obviously they're different stories, but it's still coming from the same man, it's coming from the same brain, so he'll definitely use similar things. I've been wanting to reread it for a minute, so I think once I finish that, it'll be a great motivator for me to pick up the next one. But yeah, I'll be rereading Mistborn first, and then I will move on to the second book in the Stormlight Archive. And I thought it was only a freaking trilogy, but like the fourth one either just came out or it's about to come out. So I'm like, oh my goodness. But yes, this book is so good. I love fantasy. Fantasy is one of my favorite genres. And like I said at the beginning, Brandon Sanderson, Brandy Sanderson, as I like to call him, is a true master of the genre. From making up his own freaking animals and plants and like biology in a whole new world. It's crazy what this man is able to come up with. Have you read The Way of Kings? Did you love it as much as I do? I don't think if anyone is willing to read this book, like they'll come out of it hating it. Like, I should look to see if there are any 1-star reviews, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, what did you think of The Way of Kings? How far are you in the series? Or have you already read and freaking finished the newest book? Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of me and hear how good of a singer I am, you can check out my music channel and my original music, all under the name of Shy Fighter. Like if you want to like, subscribe if you want to subscribe. I don't know, do whatever you would like to do, and I will see you when I see you. Farewell.